So we moved to Chiang Mai about 4 months ago now, and we've been staying in this 3-bed, 3-bathroom detached house for the last 4 months, and I thought it was about time we gave you a tour. We're about 10 minutes from the town.
Very near to the airport.
There is currently a plane going overhead. So let's give you a tour.
Welcome to the lounge. So we got this as a furnished house, so everything you can see here, coffee table, sofa, table, these units over there, was all included. The only thing we've added is sort of home furnishings, so like the plants, the stands, things like that. But literally, as you see it, we turned up with our suitcases, straight from the hostel, and I moved straight in.
So like Dom said, this place came fully furnished, but it's also in a Muban. It's a housing estate that has some security, which is what we really wanted to make sure that there wasn't soy dogs on the complex, so we can walk Percy without having to worry that he's going to get attacked. Because the soy dogs can be kind of scary. When we lived in Payao before, Dom got nearly attacked by one when he was walking around. And yeah, it's just nice we don't have to worry about that when we walk around. A lot of people have their own dogs here. There's Labradors, Poodles, but people are walking them on leads. So that's not something we have to worry about here, and he gets walked every morning and every evening.
While we were looking at another house that was really nice, which wasn't in a Muban, which was just on a private residential street, the house was lovely, and as we walked in to get back into the car, we had 5 soy dogs, street dogs, come for us. So I said, Emma, relax, don't move, don't run. So what does she do? Screams and runs straight behind me, and nearly got us both killed. Now there are some things we didn't like too much, so the coffee table being one of them. It actually looks okay now, but when we got it, there was all these
dried flowers
in it.
This was filled with dried flowers, and the other day I was like, all right, I want to get rid of them finally. I changed it out for books and postcards and stuff.
So these were included. So slightly off decor to match with our gold curtains. When we lived in Thailand before, one thing we didn't like is the house we lived in didn't really have many windows. And Thailand, they seem, especially in the older builds, they seem to limit windows just on heat, so to keep the house cooler. But here it's got so much light coming in, it does feel spacious and airy from that light, and it really, you know, hits you as you walk in. So that's what sort of gripped me when I walked in. We've also got lots of storage, so we've got this floating shelf that works really well to save space. Shelving as well, which we've been able to put pictures and put little personal touches on there. Coming from the UK, we've always wanted to have lots of plants, but in the UK they're so expensive. But here, this cost me 240 baht, which was around £4. So we've been able to buy things that wouldn't really have been in our price range, and we've been able to do that around the house. So we've got some more plants here, and I mean, even this stand, we got that in Index Living Mall on half price, £8. So yeah, so I mean, I don't know what it looks like on camera, but it's not the biggest seating area, but I think it works really well. So it's cosy. There's some division of the lounge leading on to the dining area, which we're going to take you through now.
As well as loads of real plants, we were able to get fake plants from Index, and they had some really good deals on. We got this one, which looks really realistic, and we got a free fake orange tree with it.
As you can see, we're still in that moving in stage, so it's not really filled up, but we went to a craft beer festival at Central in Chiang Mai. The one main family in Thailand that owns sort of a lot of the beverages, sort of like the Coca-Cola of the beer world in Thailand, is Singer, and they own a lot of the beers that you see in 7-Eleven. So smaller craft beers are really hard to come by because they sort of control the monopoly. So we got, from where we lived before, Pink Paradise from Payao. So this is brewed in someone's garage, and they've drove all the way.
That makes it sound really dodgy.
It sounds dodgy. There's some bloke in his garage, but honestly, this is such nice beer.
This was my favourite beer of the whole event, and it's a banana flavoured beer, which sounds kind of grim, but it's actually really, really nice. It's not too sweet, and the banana is really subtle. Homebrewed by teachers in the Lampang province nearby. Yeah, I just thought that was really wild that one of the best beers I've ever tasted was homebrewed by a bunch of teachers. I really want to go and visit them one day and maybe buy some more.
So a nice spacious dining area. Something we're not really used to because we've always lived in flats back in the UK. So we've always had to have like very space-saving folding tables. So being able just to have a nice 4-seater tables, but there's a twist, literally. The twist is, this is the best table in the world. Because, like my life, it's one big merry-go-round. Being able to have your dinner, have a swivel, of an evening, what more does one want? But leading in to the deck, we've got a nice little pond, sort of pond.
It's a nice pond, but someone left their pants in it.
Yeah, so someone's left their pants in it. Now, I mean, I didn't want to say it to the agent, and I haven't been brave enough to tackle said pants yet, but we will be moving that in due course. So we've got a seating area which was left by, so this was included with the house.
We haven't had much time to do much with it yet, but we bought a few plants. It came with most of them, but it's just a really nice area, very tranquil.
Which then also leads on to the rear of the house, but we'll show you that from the kitchen. So back into the house. Now for a 3-bed house, I mean, the kitchen I think is relatively small, but I mean for us, we don't really use it much because we generally eat out a lot. Because cooking Thai food, from a financial standpoint, you're better off just buying it because you couldn't make it for the price that people are selling it. So when we're eating Thai food, we especially eat out. And when you finish work, I don't know about you, but if I can spend 50 bahts on a meal, we will. It's just one straight back galley kitchen, I think we refer to it in the UK. Straight back on the wall, we've got a 2-ring induction hob with extractor, which is fine just for your basic cooking. This tap is filled with water, so we can drink that. And what we usually do at the moment is we're filling up just some glass bottles from Index, so we don't have to pay for water, which is a great bonus because in Thailand, you obviously know you don't drink the normal tap water, but having it filtered, it just makes it easier and more cost effective.
For the last 10 years we've collected magnets, and I managed to bring a lot of them with me.
We did have to buy sort of our plate utensils and things, but what was gifted from the previous family, what I like to refer as AJ's Le Crust. In Thailand it's not actually common to have hot running tap in kitchens, they only seem to have cold water. Now the agent did offer, oh, we can put one in for you. And I was like, oh, I bet you could. Thinking it, it's going to be hundreds and hundreds of dollars. But actually, she's offered it to us for 3,000 baht, which is around $65, $70. So we're probably going to take her up on that offer because it is really irritating having to do this with old AJ and then wait a week. We've been here for about 4 months. We're starting to stock up slowly on our spices and oils and stuff. But what is a house in Thailand without the fresh Thai basil? 30 baht of heaven. On to our, I don't know what to call this, our utility garden. What is that, you may ask? Well, let me show you.
We used to have the washing line here, and we would hang our washing here, and then we've got the washing machine.
Now, before we go upstairs, we've also got a very thirsty pug.
Oh. In 7 years, we've never lived in a house, and because of that, Percy, who's 7, has never had stairs. We've always been on one ground. He kept running up the stairs, causing havoc upstairs. And so we had to take it into our own hands and buy this baby gate. Percy he'd grab something off the table, he'd run up the stairs. You wouldn't be able to get him down the stairs. But now we've got this divider, so he can't go upstairs, he can't come downstairs. We've got a bit more control over the menace that is Percy.
Anyway, now onto the upstairs. After you. Look, he knows what that gate means. He knows. Now into Percy's palace. It was meant to be Emma's office, but Percy has now taken it as his own. So when we go to work, this is where Percy stays. He's got his little house, his bed, and also we like to keep an eye on him and have a little chat throughout the day.
I knew that Percy would love one of these houses because he likes crawling and stuff. He seems to really like it. You didn't shut the gate.
This is our guest room. For all the guests we don't have. So this is our second bedroom, but again it's got these windows, the blinds down, but we've got all these windows, such a small space, so it's actually a lot of light. And when I first moved into the house, I actually slept in this room before I ever got here because the aircon wasn't working in the master bedroom, so it was quite nice just to have the aircon on. It gets cool really quickly, and I think it's a nice room.
And we've got the steamer that gets used maybe
so this is when teacher Dom needs to be looking fresh and clean for a day of being tortured by children.
That was one of the first things we bought.
It's one of the first things. I need a crisp shirt for a crisp man. At the moment, we've just dumped a few bits here. Got some Thai anime that I read of an evening just to really get in touch with the culture. Now this is actually my brother's books that he's left here when he visited. So we do have visitors sometimes.
And this is the Hello Kitty McDonald's.
And if you've seen a short, this is Emma's masterpiece. £10 of pure waste.
No, you pay £10 for a burger and you get a free breakfast.
£10 for a burger, and you can turn up at school and you can say, yes, Farangs are fat. Because we'll have a Mackey's. This is our Uber magnet that we got at Christmas when we went to Bali. So we need to put that on the fridge actually. But anyway, we'll show you my bathroom first. And I call it my bathroom because we do have an ensuite, which we'll show you in a sec. But we've now took the advantage of having our own bathroom each.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh!
Is that, no, this room's better. Oh! Oh!
Zoomies!
It's the Zoomy tour. So this is what I call my bathroom. So this is sort of like the main bathroom, but because we've got three, we just thought we'll have one each. So it's literally a standard Thai wet room, toilet, basin, Bob's your uncle. And now onto the master suite. So this is our master bedroom. And again, there's a lot of windows, so it does feel very spacious. We've got this bed unit which includes cupboards, but I mean, we don't use it. So Emma said, well, I better go and buy some books then. So off we went to BTS, bookstore in central Chiang Mai, and she just went on a rampage. And I was trying to say, Emma, we don't need this stuff. But she's like, oh, but this is the custom Murakami. I've never seen it in this branding before. And
it's a unique cover.
That's what they all say.
I have it at home and it's not in a hardback special cover like that.
It's a special cover and it's got a special price of 984 baht. Anyway, but it does look nice on the shelf. And as you can see, it's read often, still in the cling film. But actually, it does look nice on the shelf. And one thing that was really nice as well is that the owner put 2 brand new smart TVs in. I don't understand why, because when I looked at the house, the original TVs looked fine for me. But, you know, who am I to argue? So he's put 2 brand new TVs in on the wall. In Chiang Mai, first thing we did want to get is air purifier. Here's the start. So, first we want to get is an air purifier just because of the burning season. We're not actually in it yet, but it's going to be sort of our first experience with it. But this is also Emma's, what do you call it? What do they call
like
makeup
a dressing table.
So this is Emma's dressing table that she's claimed I didn't even get a look in.
Well, a girl needs a dressing table. I've never had one before. So I got hairdryer, cleanser, got all my makeup in the drawers. And if you're a teacher, you end up with all these whiteboard pens literally everywhere.
This is, again, it's the same in every room. We've got this storage, which includes, it's built-in wardrobe with some drawers, and we store our luggage up here. But yeah, there's loads of storage in this house, which makes life a lot easier. And then this is...
It's my bathroom.
So this is actually the ensuite, but this is Emma's bathroom, so it means in the morning we can both just crack on, get ready quickly, and get to work. And it's the same thing, wet room, electric shower. I think it's perfect size, not too big, but not too small. So, what is any bathroom without a bit of moist and repair? Only the best for your hair. Now, I don't know about you, but I've never seen a Vaseline shower gel before. So we're used to having like lip balm. I mean, Emma's also got a body moisturiser, which seems a bit more
on brand.
On brand. This is sort of the best of the bunch. Chamomile. What do you call it? Flavour. I bought a menthol one and Emma just moaned and said, it burns. But it's not like, if you think of the original source,
it's like putting toothpaste all over your body.
Well, to me that gets me nice and fresh and zippity-dee, but of course Emma wasn't a fan. It's got a bit late, so before the sun goes down, we'll just show you the balcony we never use. But yeah, so this is our balcony. We don't actually use it because I'm worried the dog is going to get underneath and end his way. But we've actually got a slight view here of Doi Satep, so it would be probably nice to sit here of an evening with a coffee or two looking at the view.
So that is what $500 can get you in Chiang Mai, Thailand. So it's a lot cheaper than back home. We get a lot of bang for our buck here. It's a very Western style house. This place ticks a lot of boxes. We're only 10 minutes to central Chiang Mai. It's nice because we're that 10 minutes drive away from it, but it doesn't feel like we're in a city. It feels more rural but then you're still super linked up because of the...
There's one big ring road that goes around the whole of Chiang Mai, and where we live is very close to the ring road. So as soon as we get on that ring road, we can be straight in 10 minutes. Whereas to any point of Chiang Mai.
For example, in Naman, when we're in the middle of Chiang Mai in a car, the traffic is insane. But we don't generally have to deal with traffic because we're not in the centre. We're on the outside, right near the ring road. So it's like you can get to any point quickly rather than having to go through the middle where it would just take double the time.
So Niman can tick a lot of boxes, for example, for a lot of people, but where we're situated and what we have ticks a lot of boxes for us personally.
And because we're that 10 minutes away, it means that I suppose it's cheaper because we're 10 minutes away from the centre.
Yeah.
But I don't think you could find a house like this in Niman for very cheap.
And yeah, well, I mean, I think you struggle to find a house like this around that area anyway because of the land price, because they can get a lot more property on there and make a lot more money.
There's lots of really nice condos, but obviously we've got the dog, so we might need a house. But if you are a single person or a couple without a dog, you could go to the centre and for maybe 15,000, 10,000, 15,000, you could get a really nice modern condo with a swimming pool, a gym,
that kind of stuff.
really modern, furnished. But because of the dog, we wanted a house, we wanted a garden, and just to not be so in the thick of it.
But yeah, I guess leading on to that is that, you know, I was thinking maybe people may be interested in what our sort of monthly spend is in Thailand, so what our budget is, and in comparison, especially to the UK, where it's just
very different.
Ridiculous. So if that is something you'd like to see, let us know in the comments and we can try and put something together, just letting you know what we actually spend here, like living here. So you can live here like we've done in the past in Payal. You can live here on next to nothing, and like we were spending maybe $500-600 a month, and that's including accommodation, our food, and that was when we were like, how old were we? 19, 20, right?
20?
No.
22.
22. So when we were like 22, we were here living
on a shoestring.
On a pittance, right? And, you know, I love a saving me, but but at the same time, it's like, now it's like, we've been back in the UK, like everyone in the UK, we've had to struggle with the cost of living crisis, and then coming here and having that
freedom.
More spending power and that freedom, it makes you want to enjoy that freedom if you are privileged enough to do that.
You can have a much better quality of life. You can go and enjoy your free time a lot more than you can in the UK. It's so expensive back home.
But that's the thing, and it's like everything's relative. So if we were comparing what we earn here in the UK, we're earning, you know, not very much, but we're a lot better off as 2 teachers in Chiang Mai than we are as 2 teachers in Kent.
Yeah.
Because you can
we couldn't afford a house.
We can't.
We couldn't afford a house back home.
And like, and we're not asking for much. Like, we're living in a 3-bedroom detached house here. Like, I wouldn't dream of having that in the UK.
No.
I would be happy with a 2 up, 2 down terrace with a little courtyard at the back, and a parking space would be great. But it's like,
I'm very lucky for that.
But yeah, you'd be very lucky. But we couldn't even afford that.
So this is Percy. He hasn't really been on the channel much because we've been in Japan, we've been in Bali last time we were filming. But this is Percy. He's 7. He's a pug. Percy. We've had him 7 years now, obviously. But Dom came to Thailand first, sorted out the house and that, and then I flew with the dog in cabin. He stayed with me the whole time. He's just small enough that he can fly in cabin, very luckily. And because we're in the north of Thailand, it's not crazy hot, especially now that it's winter. He's making a racket, but I hope you liked the tour, and you can expect to see more of Thailand soon. We've been very ill. Because we're teachers, we've been very ill recently. It's the winter, there's definitely a new strain of COVID going around, and all the kids are coughing all over us all day. And I've just had bronchitis. I think I'm still recovering. Dom seems to also have it now.
I think I'm on the back end of getting rid of it, but we still feel really...
Because we're constantly having to go to work, you can't really recover. So that's why we sound like we've got blocked noses, because we have got blocked noses. My ears aren't working. We try not to cough all the time. So sorry if we have really blocked noses. Hopefully we're going to be better in the next video, or over the next few videos. We'll
be prepared for a bunged up nose
yeah,
in the next
basically.
video or 2.
Until then, bye.